What's up, guys? It's Keenan Joseph Compon. It's currently 5:16 a.m. And this morning, like every other morning, hit my 4:25 a.m. wake up. Immediately executed on my morning routine, got straight into it. Shot out of bed, turned off my alarm, washroom, track my weight, take my supplements, light therapy, hydration, electrolytes. Like clockwork. Because I've been paying down the debt of forming this habit. I've been putting in the work consistently towards it for over a year now. But this morning, when I was in my morning routine, I was getting in the flow of it, the rhythm. I looked outside and I saw that it was raining. It was raining. It's foggy out. It's dark. It has that energy that I just love. I just love when it's like this and I'm in my room working, you know? But you know what? I saw it and I just started thinking. I started thinking back to last summer. I mean, right now, it's June 26th, and last summer, this is exactly when I started making YouTube videos last year. And this is the exact spot I used to record them at. So I drove out here. I just saw the energy outside. I knew I had to come out here and make a video. But last summer, I was wearing a ski mask. I called my channel Keen Character or Keen Improvement or something like that. And I was trying to get back in the headspace and think, you know, what was I struggling with the most when I first started? Getting my 4:25 a.m. wake up, cold shower, executing on an insane morning routine that elevates my mindset, take that energy into my first block of deep work, bang that out, pre-workout meal. Then I hit the gym, train with intensity, leave the gym and get right back into work after that. What was my biggest hurdle that I had to overcome at the time? And for me, and for you, if you're watching this video, you're in the same position. What you have to realize is that you're not good enough. You aren't good enough. I had this insane ego where I thought because I knew how to train optimally and I watched all these self-improvement videos and, you know, I was a pretty smart kid. I did really well in high school, even though, you know, I was jerking off. I was playing video games all day. Like my average I finished in high school with was a 98.6 or 7. And I had this ego where I thought that, oh, because I have, you know, I'm a pretty smart kid and, you know, I mean, I watch all this self-improvement content. I have all this knowledge, you know, I think the success will just come to me. That's really what I thought. When I really peeled back the layers of why I wasn't taking action, it was because I refused to accept that I wasn't good enough. If you were the person who would be jacked and who would deserve to be jacked, you would already be jacked. If you were the person who would be making 10K a month, you would already be making 10K a month. If you don't have the things you want, you have to drop your ego and realize that the mindset you have the knowledge you have, the paradigm you've built all your life, there's something wrong with it. And you have to recognize that and drop your ego and be willing to learn. And you have to realize that there is knowledge, there's a paradigm, there's a mindset that you don't have that's preventing you from achieving your goals. And you have to focus purely on the input. The work instills the worth in you. You have to stop tying in your value with the perceptions of others. I thought, you know, I had some sort of inherent value because I was a pretty smart kid. I thought I had inherent value because I consumed all these self-improvement videos, and therefore I just had some sort of value. But it was all vanity. I just wanted other people to see that I was doing well. I honestly cared more about having other people think that I was successful than actually being successful. I cared more about getting the, Audi R8 V10 Plus more than I actually cared about becoming the man who would be able to afford a car like that. You have to retrain your brain, totally rewire it. Realize your brain, there is something wrong with it. Because if you were the person, if your brain was conducive to success, you would have the success. You have to retrain your brain. It took so much effort, so much sacrifice, so many days where I got 2 or 3 hours of sleep. And I got up at 4:25 a.m., cold shower, and I was barely, keeping myself up, falling asleep at my keyboard. Just trying to work and getting over that bump and retraining my brain, unfucking my brain that has been previously fucked for the first 21 years of my life. Of just watching porn, where every week I was watching more porn than the most affluent and rich and successful people in the year 1000, more naked women than they'd see in their entire lifetimes. Unprecedented levels of destruction of the human brain was done to me. And I played so much video games. I wanted to be the best video game player on the planet. I played the piano so much. I did Rubik's Cubes. I did butterfly knives. I spent thousands of dollars on Pokemon, and I competed in Pokemon. I spent thousands of dollars in Magic, and I competed in Magic the Gathering tournaments. I played so much Hearthstone. I spent thousands of dollars on all these different things. And it was because I had all this goal striving. I had all this interest. I had all this interest in life and all this potential, but I was just pissing it away in hobbies. I was just pissing it away in vices because it was my escape, because I didn't want to confront reality and confront that I had a brain that the foundation to its very fucking core, to the very foundation of my brain was fundamentally fried and fucked. And you have to realize, you have to break it down. You have to get through the layers, realize that video games are holding me back. My porn's holding me back. All these things are fundamentally bad. And I have to tear down and get down to that foundation and say, I'm gonna build everything on the foundation of what's the most I can give. How excellent of a man can I become? How lethal of a mindset can I build? How elite of habits can I form? How optimally can I fuel my body? How intensely can I train? How much work can I put in? How much can I give? How much can I give? And I was just tearing layer after layer. And I'm not saying you can't have hobbies. I was just engaging. I just had to recognize that I was engaging with them in a way that was destructive. I was just trying to have an escape. So I said, you know what? I have all this information. I have all this knowledge. But I need to cut through the noise. So I set a 4:25 a.m. wake up and a cold shower as a non-negotiable. As that foundation, I took that foundation that previously was, what's the least amount of work I can do and maybe get by, and what's the most amount of bullshit I can get away with. And I tore it down and I replaced it with a 4:25 a.m. wake up, cold shower, what's the most I can give. And if you think you're a night owl, you're not. I promise you that if you think you're a night owl, it's just because when you're unproductive all day, you get anxious at night. And then you start to do a bit of work. Or if you work in the afternoon or the evening, it's because you're anxious because you fucked up your whole morning, you instantly started scrolling on Reels, that the anxiety forced your action. And you have to set yourself up for success. Set an early ass wake up. Take a cold shower. Oh, but does it really reduce inflammation? And are cold showers really good at boosting your immune system and weight? I don't give a fuck! Shut the fuck up! Honestly, if that's just your brain trying to pull you towards comfort, that's your brain just trying to give you an excuse. Your mind is the greatest salesman. It will sweet talk you and try to convince you that you don't have to be that extra, but you do. And you have to retrain your brain to derive your joy from putting in that work and elevate your mindset in the morning. And now I don't have these two groups of things that suck that are work and things that are great and fun but are bad for me. Instead of that, I just have my purpose. my goals, my ambitions. And of course I have hobbies. I love watches. Sometimes I'll hop on the piano, in the evening after I finish all my work for 10, 15 minutes. It's just, you have to set goals. And here's really the heart of it. I'm going to construct this in an easier, full-on method, blueprint for you guys to implement. And I'm going to start making Miro board videos and slide videos. It's just, I really want them. I'm really meticulous with how I work on those. But it all comes down to setting an early wake-up morning routine that elevates your mindset and prepares you for your day or your first block of deep work. Setting overarching goals that set direction based on your mindset, your habits, your nutrition, your training, and your work. And then finally, in the daily, in the micro, you have daily goals that you set. And you retrain your brain to understand that what you say you do, you will do. What you say you will do, you do. Reclaim that strength in your character, the integrity. Reclaim that. And understand that every single time that you're alone and you start eating the junk food, or you jerk off, or you play video games, and you think, no one's watching me, it's fine, I can do this, no one's watching me because I'll put in the work later, you're degrading your character. And that internal degradation will manifest itself in your external reality. Because your life, the results that you get, are really just the sum of your thoughts. Your life is the sum of your thoughts, the mindset that you built, the man that you built. And you have to instead of thinking, what do I want? What are the results I want? You have to think, who is the man that I would have to become that would guarantee that I would get those results? And live in congruence with that man. And even now, a year later, a crazy transformation. I'm making self-improvement content. I'm working to change other people's lives. I'm in a position high enough where I have enough leverage where I can elevate others. Not only through my content, but through my one-on-one coaching. And I still have this mindset where, what is the most I can learn from the situations around me? I just want to learn. I know nothing in the grand scheme of things. I just want to learn more. And you always have to have that mindset. The same things you have to do now are this. There is no making it, by the way. The same things that you have to do right now are the same things you'd have to be doing if you're making 20 or 50K a month. The same mindset that you would have to build to get that ball rolling is the same mindset you have to keep it rolling later. In order to become he who has, you have to become he who can. Drop your ego, be willing to learn, and understand that it's going to require an overhaul. And an early wake up, overarching goals, and goals set in the daily, in the micro, is the way to start. And I'll package that in a nice, neat framework for you guys, and I'll make a full video talking about that. But that's it for this video. I know you got some value from it. Don't watch my content if you don't have any intention on applying it. If you don't have any intention from the energy transfer, if you're watching now, it's because you resonated with me throughout the video and you're still watching right now. Use that energy and put it towards planning out tomorrow, planning out a morning routine. Oh man, I got so much content coming. I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, that's it for this video. Go apply it.